to the zone with Archie B. Mike. Anthony's here too, let's ride the hype. Bigfoot's on the run, Area 51's tight. Digging deep for truth, we ain't afraid to fight. Black Earth theories got us spinning wild. JFK secrets hidden in the files. Illuminati whispers, fashion crooked smiles. I won't tune in, sit back and stay a while. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies. CIA plots under moonlight schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark amplifying dreams. Conspiracy chaos, nothing's what it seems. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the light. In the rabbit hole with us, pitch black night. Archie B and Mike, guided by our might. Anthony with wisdom, out of sight. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies.
Let's go. We're back with another episode of Conspiracy Chaos live here on YouTube. My name is RGB. Joining me as always, my co-host Florida Mike. What's up, brother?
What up, my dude? How we doing?
I'm good, man. We finally got some sunshine through the chemtrails out here in upstate New York, so it's been pretty good so far, man. But
yeah.
also joining us, our guy Area 51, Anthony, who's probably been at some of the parties we're going to be talking about here shortly. Ant, what's up, buddy?
You asshole.
What up,
always
dude?
throwing jokes out there with a 1-2 punch, Raj.
Got it, man. I got it.
What's up, dog?
Ain't much, man. We got G Centers jumping on, saying, "What up, boys? What's up, brother?"
Yeah.
Appreciate you tuning into the podcast here. But yeah, tonight we're going to talk about this Diddy trial, a little bit of the Diddy situation, what's going on with all that. I mean, it's craziness, dude, to see some of the shit that's actually coming out now. Like,
it's unfolding, bro.
Like the stuff with Kid Cudi is wild. Like Cassie, I mean, the Cassie situation especially is kind of interesting because you look at it from a couple different points of view because, like, yeah, she could have been, like, obviously brainwashed but at the same time, like, she was setting up some of these parties too. So it's like, was she enjoying herself at the same time while they were doing it? You know what I mean? So like the way they swing it, it can go pretty much either way. No pun intended.
That's the thing that, I mean, a gentleman came into the store and he was he wasn't like by any means trying to defend Diddy, but he's like, they were all consensual adults with these freak off parties. I'm like, but how much date rape, drugs, and how much was in that oil that he was using was putting these people under? You know what I mean? We don't know because then it wasn't consensual. I don't know.
Well, it's not only that, dude. Most of them, if not all, but the majority of anybody who got messed up at these parties were underage kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, not only were they blackmailing celebrities and superstars and singers, but they were also messing with little kids. You know, like, would they find like a tunnel that his house in Miami to the freight yard?
Yep. And they're all selected too. Like, a lot of people who've said they've like gone there and stuff, like they get like handed a certain drink, like a certain colored drink, and that gives you like clearance to go into the house, opposed to being out in like the pool area for the party. And that's where you get into the freak off. And anything they always say too, like after 2 a.m., that's when the freak off started. So like you had to be out of there by 2 a.m. But just a quick overview, like the charges Diddy's facing, he's got multiple federal charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation for prostitution. So I think he gets a charge on that because if he's crossing them in from Connecticut or New Jersey, Rhode Island, whatever, surrounding New York states, or even if he's out of state, Florida, bringing them in from Georgia, whatever, that's transportation to prostitution. He's pled not guilty to all the charges. He remains in custody down in D.C. Metro in Brooklyn. The trial began about a month ago. They're expecting this trial to last to at least early July. So we won't know really what the conclusion. We're going to see more than just fireworks on the 4th of July when it comes down to it, the trial.
Yeah, but it's just a dog and pony show, man. It's like where if they got all these tapes, right, of all these people, then where are the tapes of the murders of Tupac, Biggie, his ex-wife, all these people that are connected to Diddy that have died from pneumonia,
Yeah,
right?
Just the same shit.
AIDS, Eazy-E, like they got him. You know what I mean?
Suge talked about that. I think him and Suge were actually boys in the long scheme of things and plotted a lot of the shit that happened back in the
absolutely. You pair up,
the late 90s.
You pair up, you cause a war, you kill the two biggest guys. Suge takes over the West Coast. Diddy takes over the East Coast. I mean, think about it. How many years
blew up rap, that whole rivalry between those guys?
How many years did Diddy hold an anniversary concert for Puff or for Biggie, and how much money did he make off of that?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. He did it every year for like 15, 16 years, making billions of dollars off of it.
Dude, now you look back too in like some of the grooming he did with like, remember that show? What was the show he did to make the guys the rappers? Making the band.
Oh,
Making the band.
I forgot about that, bro.
Yeah, so he's taking all these like
Danity, that was Diddy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that show where he was grooming these people and these young. So in a situation like that,
it was like the Mickey Mouse Club for adults.
Yeah, you got these young people who are trying to actually make it in the music game. They get a chance to show out in front of Diddy. What do you think those? You know what I mean? What do you think those people were doing, or not knowing what they were doing?
We have to hear from them. We have to hear from them now. Are they any of them?
Beyonce was on that.
Listen, I'm gonna reach out. So on my other podcast, when all this broke, and do you remember this over the summer when all this broke? I reached out to the one lady who was a alleged victim, of like she was at a freak off and all this. Do you remember this at all?
Vaguely.
So for the PPP, I talked to someone about it. I was gonna have her on, but then I was like, I really don't have a lane for this on this particular podcast. But this one we kind of have a lane now. So I will make that arrangement and reach out again to see if we can get any traction on that.
You guys know that Beyonce came from that show, right? Didn't Spice Girls come through the show?
No, Beyonce,
no, not that one. I'm thinking
she was Destiny's Child anyway. But
Destiny's Child.
Yeah,
Danity Kane came from that show.
Yep.
And Destiny's Child, right?
No, that's where Aubrey O'Day came from.
He had a girl band. He had a girl group that came out of that show.
That's them. The Danity Kane. It was all females.
Oh, okay.
Aubrey O'Day. If you look up, she was one of the lead members of the group.
What did they have to do though to?
Well, dude, remember he had him going like, "Oh, yo, you got to walk to Brooklyn and give me a sesame seed bagel."
Yeah, dude, we have to rewatch this show now. Like, I want to go rewatch.
But now that you see it, like, I've seen some clips and you can kind of see that, like, just that. I mean,
that part you just said about where he had to walk and he wanted to get a sesame bagel.
Walk to Brooklyn barefoot and give me a sesame bagel with garlic butter.
Yo, you're bringing
garlic
back
butter. Bring me back some baby oil.
Making the band.
Making the band.
I'm looking this up right now.
But it's just shit like that, man. Like when you really look back on how, like, I get it. Like these dude like that, he's got money, feels entitled, like all that shit. So yeah, he probably acts a certain type of way. Most people, money probably changes like most people when it comes to shit like that. But there's a certain extent to who, like, he had power too. He controlled a lot of the music industry. Like he was raised by Clyde.
Controlled a lot.
He got
him and his boy.
Do you guys know his whole background with his father and everything else?
He was abused, right?
No.
Accordingly,
his father worked for American Gangster. You seen the Frank Lucas? You ever seen the movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington? The character he played. So the guy who, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. The Godfather of Harlem. Ant, can you type in Godfather of Harlem for me quick?
It's Whitaker. Plays.
Yeah. What's his name? The character.
Okay, let me find it.
It's
what did G Center say? What did G say?
What should we call it? So this guy, my head's all fucked up.
I got it, Raj.
What is this
Godfather.
gangster's name?
All right. Story behind. Give me a second.
I can't remember. So anyway, this
Bumpy
particular
Johnson, sir.
Bumpy Johnson. Okay, Bumpy Johnson.
Took me a second.
Diddy's father worked with Bumpy Johnson.
Bumpy Johnson, the dude that died when American Gangster was created.
Yes,
Correct.
Diddy's father worked with him. So this already gave him a foot into that criminal underworld of the way things work. And that's kind of like where he was probably taught and trained, because he started working with Clive Davis in his early 20s in the music industry. So obviously he had a shoe in on how he got there. And I'm assuming that's the way he necessarily got there. And when you have that kind of backing, you kind of, I mean, it makes it to where people are afraid of you at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like people are, oh shit, he's got the mob behind him, or he's got Bumpy Johnson and Frank Lucas, and oh shit, I'm not messing with those boys. They called them something too, the Southern boys. Frank Lucas brought up his whole family and pretty much ran the city once Bumpy got killed. Great movie. Great show. Great show. But yeah, that's how he got started. And Clive Davis, he's one of the. There's a couple clips. There's the one with Jaguar Wright, if you want to pull it up in our chat.
100%.
Talking about Clive Davis when she was.
Oh, that's true. Because they're saying he's got the connection to the Michael Jackson, death of Michael Jackson, Prince.
Could.
Prince is another one. I guess Prince released. Speaking of Prince, he had a tape that he released. Scroll up. I'll tell you which one.
Probably like 4 or 5 up.
Right there.
There's some new ones in there.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Right there.
All right. Yeah, you want to open it up right now? Ready?
Yeah, you can open this up.
The worst celebrity like that you've been around is like the most full of sin. I know no sin is greater, but like just was like, damn, this
Clive Davis.
Wait, too.
Devil incarnate. Clive Davis. He Janis Joplin. He blackmailed Betty Wright so she wouldn't tell anybody that he Janis Joplin. He killed Whitney Houston.
Wow. No doubt. I mean,
and look at all the people.
How old is he now?
He's got to be in the 70s.
70s.
Yeah. They say he's weird though.
He's weird. Is that what you said?
No, he's really old. He's much older than 73.
Yes, I think he's. You mean his real age? He's
That's
not telling anybody.
Like hundreds.
Hold on.
Like a reptilian.
Clive Davis.
Is that what you're insinuating, Mike? He's a reptilian?
So, of the Raj, or something.
Raj, he's fucking 93 years. He's 93 though. Like he was born in 32. I knew he was older than the 70s.
I got a comment from G Centers. It was Cheesecake, laugh out loud, but the infamous Dave Chappelle episode will never let Diddy or Dylan live it down. It was Cheesecake that they went to Brooklyn for. Go get me a slice of cheesecake, not a bagel. Shout out G Centers.
It was.
I couldn't think of what it was.
It was go get me a cheesecake.
It was like 3 a.m. too.
Oh yeah, dude, that show was insane.
I forgot about that show. Who was the there was a rapper actually. The one
Chopper.
dude was Choppa. That was the dude that I listened to.
That's the only one I remember because he was halfway decent.
He was really good. He actually came out with an album right after too that I listened to too. He was pretty good.
I forget, the Aubrey O'Day had a decent, I think, career. Like she did TV shows and shit like that. But those are the only ones I remember.
We have to hear from these people now. Like, what was he really
Some
like?
of them it would be tough to get on here, but they're on a lot bigger platforms. But I'll always try. Fuck it.
Reach out to Choppa.
Get on Choppa and spit some bars. I'll tell them. I'll call them out like it's a rap battle.
Let me ask you this, boys. So, you think that's actually Rudy sitting in that courtroom?
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to say nowadays with everything that you're seeing. Like you're seeing Joe Biden, for example. Remember when there was the giant Joe Biden where he was like 6'7" all of a sudden?
Mhm.
And then there's that recent video of Kanye. Well, what looks like Kanye on that park bench just zooted
Yeah.
out. Like, I don't know anymore. I don't know the technology, the levels of these people will take to
They
take
don't know.
control.
One
They do
thing
make
I did,
clone.
yeah, I was just gonna say one thing I did notice is that Florida Mike was the grays. Holy crap! Did that guy turn gray? Whoever
Well,
it is.
For that,
think about it. He's
no,
55
that,
years
but
old.
did he gained 5 pounds in prison?
He can't take
I
his
mean,
meds.
pull a picture of it. Pull up a picture of his face before prison, and then pull up his face after prison. The dude gained like 75 pounds, and his birthmark underneath his eye's gone,
Huh.
Hmm.
and his
They
eyes look
recently-
different. They look too separated.
It is the
I think
same
it's- I think
correctional
it's gonna be
facility
something
that our buddy Jeffrey, well, not our buddy, but Jeffrey was in. The same MCC, the same correctional facility. So that's where most high profile cases that are on trial in New York Supreme Court there.
Yeah, and
Or
that
district
where
court.
and that where the fake dude Luigi's at.
Luigi's his cellmate, pretty much. They're in the same
Yeah.
like unit.
Did you
Yeah.
you guys? I saw a TikTok video. I think it was TikTok or on Instagram. Did you guys see the video of P Diddy riding like a little 40cc dirt bike in the like pod of the cells, like where the walker room area, whatever the hell you want to call it? He's just going in circles on a dirt bike. I'm like, there's no way this is real, but that is hilarious.
That's AI, dude.
Yeah, like dude, it was hilarious. Like he just ween. You hear people and people are like, "Shut up!" And he's ween.
Zipping around.
Yeah.
Dude, AI is. I love it.
What's it gonna be?
I
What's
think-
AI gonna be like in 5 years? You know, that's the crazy
Oh
thing.
my god!
But real quick, let's get back into the
Terminator.
some of the things that are going on. So Cassie Ventura, his former girlfriend, testified about enduring years of abuse, including being coerced into drug-fueled sexual acts and manipulated through threats and financial control. He did pay her like $25 million at one point. For what? I don't, for her silence, obviously, or what, but I don't know how it works with what everything's going on right now. He also, there's the videos of him beating the shit out of her in the hallway of the hotel. Obviously, that's
Yeah, but that
never
was years
new.
ago, though. That is an old video that just resurfaced again. That was like what 8 to 10 years ago, I think.
The original,
I mean-
I don't think that can be used in court either because the original footage is they lost it.
Yeah,
Somehow,
Shocking.
some way, it was destroyed or got lost.
that's like a witness went missing already.
Yeah, we'll get into that shortly. Deontay Nash, Combs' former stylist, recounted witnessing Combs physically assault Ventura in 2003, describing a violent incident that left her bleeding. Another former assistant, Capricorn Clark, testified that Combs threatened to kill rapper Kid Cudi over his relationship with Cassie Ventura and forced her into a car to confront Cudi. So Kid Cudi, he's a rapper that testified that his Porsche was targeted in 2012.
Homie put a fucking Mazel Tov. What do they call a cocktail in this car?
Molotov cocktail, which
yeah.
suspects was orchestrated by Combs due to jealousy over his relationship with Ventura. Fire Inspector Lance Jimenez testified about the arson attempt on Cudi's car, describing evidence of targeted attack using Molotov cocktail made from a 40-ounce Old English 800 boy, Old English 800 malt liquor bottle and a designer handkerchief. A designer handkerchief, using Gucci Prada handkerchief to bomb somebody. Most people are just going to throw a paper towel and let it rip.
Didn't he cut a hole in his roof or something too? Didn't he? That's what I heard. He
Oh, his sunroof, like his convertible top.
sawzall like a perfect like circle for
Yeah.
like dropped it right into it basically, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And he like got out, like he's like, "What the fuck you doing?" Like from what I read, he did something crazy.
So they requested a mistrial today. Judge Oren Subramanian denied the mistrial request from Combs' defense team, who allegedly prosecuted prosecutional misconduct related to implication of Combs' involvement in the arson incident. The judge found no prejudicial testimony support the mistrial.
He's gonna go away. He's just gonna go away with what they want him to go away for.
So they're letting people testify under pseudonyms, like with the exception of Cassie. So if someone comes out like a celebrity goes and testifies, Jane Doe, John Doe, etc., to protect themselves.
They don't, man. There's so many hidden cameras in there.
It's gonna be tough to keep that quiet, especially if you get some of these big names of the Hollywood that you see, the Jay-Z's, the
Beyonce, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Let me ask you this question: what do you think Jay-Z, if he's involved, what kind of money do you think he's shelling out right now just to keep their fucking mouths shut? Like, what kind of, the money that he's got? How much is he shelling out to try to save his family, save face? Because he's got Beyonce, he's got Blue, baby Blue. Can't fuck
It doesn't matter how much money he has or how much money he's paying people to be quiet. At the end, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they might be big wigs, they might be a couple heads on a snake, but at the end of the day, they have people that are pulling their strings.
Mm-hmm.
And if those people want you gone, it don't matter how much money you have. They'll take everything and they'll make you look crazy. They'll figure it out. Like you are just a piece. You may not be a pawn. You might be like a rook or a knight, but at the end of the day, you die for the game. So, it's all going to come to an end probably. I mean, just look at everything that's happening. I think it's not going to be anything. It's not going to change a damn thing. They're still going to be kidnapping.
No, but
they're still be selling souls.
I think a lot of it, dude, is like it comes to a point in time too when they have no more use for him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's a new sheriff in town now, probably doing the same things he was doing in a different way, and now they just have no more use for him, and that's when they start to eliminate. And all this started actually, like the whole investigation was with the whole Ciroc thing. He tried to buy a certain percentage or something like that. They said no. They went back and forth. He sued Ciroc. He ended up winning millions of dollars. All of a sudden, the Cassie video dropped, and then boom, all these allegations got bigger and louder. I mean, 50 Cent's been saying it forever. You ever see the video of 50 when he's like, "Yeah, he asked me to go shopping. You're gonna take me shopping."
And then what was the other video that was out that somebody dropped? That was supposedly he was raping somebody, and the guy was screaming. And
Bad Bunny or one of those.
It wasn't Bad Bunny. It wasn't Bad Bunny. It was somebody was on the outside. He was basically one of the security guards. He goes, "This is the shit I heard outside of Diddy's room." He goes, and it don't sound like the dude's fucking enjoying it. And the dude was literally like screaming, like it hurt.
It's obviously
it was one of these. Legit.
It's an initiation. They're not trying to make it feel good.
Yeah, and they probably got them all drugged up and gonna film it to say, "We own you now." That's what they're doing. That's the same thing they were doing with Epstein. They would put the Epstein with under rich and famous people or politicians come hang out on this island, big party, boom, boom, boom. Hey, check this chick out. She's 15. They make her look like she's 25. With all the makeup, and all of a sudden, we got you on film with an underage girl. So we need this bill passed. We need this amount of money going to this thing. Boom, boom, boom. That's how it all works.
Most of that's ran by the CIA.
And they've been doing it forever, since back with Marilyn Monroe. She was a CIA plant. All that type of shit. It's been going on forever and ever and ever.
And Diddy's contract is up.
Pull up some of the videos, Ant. We'll do a quick rundown of some of the videos we got on there.
Got you. I just spilled my whole fucking coffee over, but I'm gonna have to deal with that after. Fuck me. Oh, it's live. It's live. I can't pause it.
Nope. You're fucked.
I have coffee everywhere. Jesus Christ.
Okay, this kid's out of control, Mike. I don't know what to do.
Can't take him anywhere.
All right, so this is the one with the Clive Davis.
Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah, a bunch of the bottom ones all have them on there.
Let's see what this one's all about.
Bro, dude is a demon. That dude was possessed with some kind of demon, man. He's possessed with some kind of demon. Want to be in all this red, this dark rooms with the music blasting. It had to be a certain temperature. A certain type of music for the vibration they were saying.
This
Come
guy's
on, bro.
cracking me up.
And I don't care what nobody say, man. And like when people still talk and keep on talking, if that priest ever come out and he talking, if people keep talking, you'll find out that a lot of shit that Gene Deal has said has been the truth and nothing but the truth. I was there. I was there when that priest or whoever he was rubbed that stuff on his head, put his hand on top of him, told him to grab the bird out the cage, the white dove, and he threw the dove in the air, and the dove acted like he ain't have no wings and hit the fucking ground. Boom! That motherfucker started walking my way. I'm looking like this, bro. I'm like, dude is a demon.
I love that guy. He's
So it's
fucking-
funny
That was
because
his
what's her
bodyguard.
name? Yeah, and Jaguar Wright said Clive Davis was the devil. And Diddy and Clive were together pretty much all the time. I mean, that was his right hand. So that could be very possible. It could be plausible he's a demon.
Always wearing all the red, the occult shit, all that
Yeah.
plays into it.
And that's why he's not in prison. It's a clone. The next one I think is about Cassie, right?
Navy and CIA partnered up. They developed a pneumonia bioweapon. Isn't it really interesting that Diddy's former wife, Kim Porter, that's about to come out with a book about Diddy, dies from pneumonia, perfectly healthy person.
Why do they care to kill her?
How much she knows?
She knows a lot.
She knows a lot. So
Yeah,
all of
why
this,
is that a threat to them? She knows a lot about Diddy.
but Diddy is in cahoots with the agencies.
That's what you're saying. Got it.
So I'm connecting the dots. This is how the matrix works, right? So they have Epstein on one side doing its own thing. They have Diddy in Hollywood. So Diddy is on one side as one of the pawns. No one
They
should
don't need
know
him
that he's
anymore.
in cahoots with the corporate military industrial complex. When Kim Porter starts finding things out, the mother of his children probably knows a lot. When Diddy wants to get rid of her, it's not Diddy who does it. No one would trust Diddy with pneumonia. Diddy probably goes to the source and says, Kim is becoming a problem. We need to get rid of her. She knows too much. So the source takes care of Diddy. But it's not just Kim. This is where it gets really weird, guys. So people around Diddy kept dying with rarest form of pneumonia. We say rarest, so please keep in mind, this is the rarest form. It should be like 1 in a million or something. Turns out people who are against Boeing and corporate world, their CIA, they keep dying from pneumonia. The same type of pneumonia, the rarest form. For a long time, people kept saying what happened to Brittany Murphy.
Oh, yeah.
Brittany Murphy was dating
Did we do that?
and then all of a sudden, what did she know
Yeah.
is the question, right?
Wow.
Hold on. No, we didn't listen to this. Go back.
Was she going
Yeah,
to
keep going.
talk? Like what was going on there, right? So Brittany Murphy dies from rarest form of pneumonia. And then the husband dies from rarest form of
They
pneumonia.
tried to say it was mold in
This
the
rarest
house.
form becomes very frequent form, if you ask me. Like by the number of people that dropped dead all of a sudden. So, but there's more. There's a guy that organized Diddy's parties. He died from pneumonia. Yep.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? So obviously, this guy has some connections with military industrial corporate, I want to say, world, and he's involved with the intelligence agencies because he has the access to the bioweapon. Well, maybe not per se him, but he has someone who has the access to the bioweapon. It's the cleanest, most untraceable in terms of death. No one would ask questions. Okay, so some star died from pneumonia. Like who's gonna ask questions, right? But this rarest form of pneumonia becomes a very frequent
Trend.
form. So this is when we gotta start asking questions.
The
That's why-
bio
Yeah, the
weapon.
Matrix.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
That's an interesting one. I'd like to look into that.
Well, something we kind of all knew with the Brittany Murphy thing, that was not a coincidence. They
Yeah, I
said-
didn't know she was dating Diddy. I know she was messing with Ashton Kutcher back in the day.
Yeah.
He's
No,
a-
that's how they all got introduced together was through Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher and Diddy were boys. He started dating Brittany Murphy.
Yeah. What else you got, Ant?
We got here. Oh, that was just that
That
one.
was the same one.
Yep.
Freemason shit.
Let's see what
This
this
might be
is.
about the clone.
Let's see. Oh.
I
Why
don't
isn't it
want us
coming
to
up?
see it.
Literally, it's not coming up. Can you imagine?
That's hilarious.
Broke that Steve Hardy was sleeping with Diddy for over 20 years. But this is where it gets weird. Because not only is his own daughter involved, but he was caught hinting at the entire situation years ago. Just watch.
Baby oil is it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before.
That's little boy.
You can't even hardly taste it.
Yeah.
I had baby oil all around my mouth before. I don't even know what's on there. It's just a baby oil type night. It's just baby oil. Praise the Lord, baby oil.
But it doesn't stop there. Because now they're coming after other people involved. That's opening a completely new rabbit hole. Just watch.
And Shark Tank, of course, it's been on a long time, and you can kind of tell by what they're falling for now.
Our company's Boom Boom, and we're seeking $300,000 in exchange for 10% of our business. Sharks, we have a new best friend for your nose. Tropical Rush is our best seller. There's a base of menthol and peppermint.
What the fuck are they doing?
Wow. Wow.
Next week on Shark Tank, an intervention.
Now I get why her show was canceled. Because she was caught multiple times making fun of other people involved to clear her name.
Sadly, not too many people focus on the cure. It's more about treatment than anything. But I had sleep apnea, not breathing 2-3 times a night, right? I started sleeping on a CPAP machine. Horrible. I hated it. It was just horrible. Because of this, I'm off CPAP. I don't sleep with that. I no longer take high blood medication. I'm rested. I'm sharper. It's just created a freedom for me.
So he was talking about his issues with his mouth breathing and chronic snoring, all because of a blocked nasal pathway. And he says that difficulty that he had breathing was the root to his massive gut and all of his other health shit. And that the only thing that ended up working for him were natural remedies. And this is what they were all talking about. It's called a Boom Boom. It's got this perfect combination of menthol and essential oils, where the menthol will completely clear your nasal pathways, while the essential oils will leave them open, and like all day long, allowing you to actually breathe. You literally just unscrew the cap, take a deep breath
No,
each side of your nose, and you're good to
Turn
go.
this off.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell does this have to do with Diddy?
Yeah. This is Jared. So Jaguar Wright was at trial, what, today or yesterday?
Yeah. Yesterday, I think.
Yeah, post this up.
This was opening. This was opening the first.
Showed up
Opening
with
day.
heavy security. Did his trial this morning. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Someone here who's been here all along. I've been waiting for this moment for 5 years, and here we are. And I'm praying that everyone remembers there are survivors, real life survivors. And I hope that everyone takes into account how necessary a true verdict, just verdict now. 25 years of pain, 25 years of hurt. And I'm praying that God's just going to do what he told me he's going to do. So I hope we're all just saying individual prayer for everyone on all sides of this. These are human issues, and we need to have real human response and emotion.
You plan to be here every day?
There needs.
She's good shit.
What's the?
Aren't the Suns involved? Said to be involved, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple of his kids were subpoena, whatever it's called, to be
Yeah, because I know an AI made a
Justified.
fake video of him talking to his son, supposedly from jail. Well, that shit was fake.
What's
I
this?
Why do you feel that way?
So these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
Was it worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is.
For a Diddy coin?
Yeah, they just
For a Diddy
tried to
coin?
get $20 to wear a free puffy shirt.
Stop. I could tell because
The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt. And I'm
See,
like, I'm
this is why it's just one big dog and
just
pony show.
$20. If you guys are
All of it though. They do this for everything, not just this shit. They
Everything.
do this for everything.
puff shirt.
Every
And
one
he
of
said
them's got a
no.
mask on
Yeah, I
because
said
they're
no.
Did they
embarrassed.
say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $60 yesterday for standing out there in 3 hours.
Wow.
That's funny.
Is that what they
That's
do?
funny. That's,
Oh,
yeah, for
yeah.
everything. How do you
For
think
everything.
the bricks
Riots,
showed up for Antifa riots?
looting. Exactly.
Where do those pallets of bricks come from? They found pallets of bricks when it was in Troy. They
Yeah.
had the rallies back during COVID. Uncle Sam Garage. They found a whole pallet of bricks down there, bro. How'd they get there? No one was looking to riot down there, man. This shit's crazy.
Exactly. And they just found out Pelosi is the one that's involved. They set up the like January 6th thing.
Yeah. She's all involved in that shit. It was all set up. But yeah, boys, it's
How
pretty
about,
crazy what's going on with this whole Diddy shit. It's really wild, man. It really is wild.
The
So what
distraction.
you
happens,
said,
though.
you said July it's supposed to be over?
It should be over. They're thinking early July, so push it back a week
Yeah.
or two. Mid-July.
He's going to be found guilty. He's going to get multiple life sentences. He's going to be found guilty, and you're never going to hear about it again.
I hope so. I hope that's
It's a
the case.
distraction. It's a distraction. Everything it's all a distraction, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hope
Can we
that's-
talk
I mean,
about
look at the bigger
I mean,
story.
Like, why haven't we still though haven't seen an Epstein list either? Like, why haven't we seen that list? What?
You're not
because-
going to
because of the people who are on it.
yeah, you got to understand that sometimes a blackmail is more valuable than throwing your enemy in prison,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they're powerful.
So fucked up, dude. So fucked up.
You
the
know,
world
you'll get some of the Epstein list, but you'll get some of the celebrities that may be tied to P. Diddy. You know, they're cross traveling between gross places.
Get a 2-for-1. Get a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, exactly. Just to get somebody off it, to nobody looks at the bigger picture. I mean, the bigger picture is what Donald Trump's doing, what everything's happening behind the scenes. But everybody wants to focus on the news and watch the Diddy trial and all that BS.
It's such bullshit.
It is such bullshit. Like you see, Trump went on national television and challenged Big Pharma.
No.
Like talk about dragging your silverback gorilla balls across the ground when you're saying fuck you.
I love it.
Like he don't care.
I love every second of it.
What happened? I
And then-
missed it.
And then you got
What did he do, Mikey?
what's that?
What happened? Because I missed it.
I gotta find it.
I'll be right back.
And then RFK went after the WHO, talking about you guys need to stop spraying our skies and this and that and stop putting poisons in our food. Let me see if I can find it. I thought I sent it to us.
You probably did. There's 7,000 messages in that chat. It's so hard to keep up with what's going on. But
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, let's see, man. I'm curious to see what falls out with all of it. But so let me see what you got here. You find it?
No, there's so many. Let me look.
I had to soak up some of this coffee, guys, before it gets drowned in. I just grabbed a towel real quick.
Yeah, it was nervous wreck over there.
Well, I'm looking at this like it's terrible. You're right. I'm like, what's the saying in a China shop?
A bowl in a China shop.
Bowl in a China shop. Can't bring me anywhere.
No, you in Fairway. I can't bring nowhere.
Oh,
but
my
yeah,
God.
I don't know, man. I think what were we just talking about? I lost my train of thought.
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Donald
I'm curious
Trump,
to see what he
okay.
did here with this with the pharmaceutical shit. But I'm curious just in general what the moves he's going to make. He's definitely the tariffs are playing a factor in the economy right now. The market keeps jumping up and down, so I think it's going to continue to do that for a year or two, and then I think we'll towards the home stretch of his term. I think it will start to settle down, and we'll find a nice balance, and hopefully things do start to turn back to normal. But he's got so much shit he's got to fix that was fucked up that it's going to take. It's not going to happen overnight.
He's got a
It
good
don't
team
matter,
around.
boys. It don't matter, boys. Agenda 2030 is in full effect.
You don't think he pushed it off a little bit, or is going to try?
It doesn't matter. They're still going to do it. They're still good. Like they're getting rid of pennies.
Yeah.
Right. So during COVID, when stores wouldn't give you change,
That was
Remember?
part of it. Yeah.
That's part of it. They want to go to a cashless system. They want to go to a social credit score system. They've already started May 7th, 2025. You must have a gold star on your driver's license or you can't travel domestically.
That's right.
I have to go actually get mine this summer, brother, which is a
That's
pain.
that's part of it. It even told me when I booked the flight, it even told me like you better have it or you won't be able to get on.
That's so
You know,
can't use the regular
crypto.
passport. Like,
No, you need
No.
that.
You need it. And that's all part of the information. It's all part of them having your info, if they have your number.
they got
Your
everything,
social.
bro.
They can type it in and they can find out everywhere you've been.
You guys are people are a booster away from getting a chip implanted in them and being tracked for every move they make.
Legit too. How
That's
about
right.
can we
Did
talk
you see
about
that
the
thing? Look
can
at
we
the
talk
thing
about
on Apple.
Go ahead.
Go on the message, go on the Chaos Messenger
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen.
and look at the thing about Apple.
Let me bring it up.
Bring
It's
that
like
shit up.
it's like
How far up is it?
past fairway mic. I'll reshare it if I get to it before
Yeah,
you.
reshare it.
So I wanted to talk about how about all the COVID vaccines that are finally all the shit that's coming out that
There you go, Ant. Yeah,
How
it's
Raj,
it's
how about
everything we already knew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
it's the shit we've all been saying for 5-6 years now, and it's like finally it's coming out that they lied about everything. It was leaked from a lab, everything else.
Apple plans to introduce brain control on their devices later this year. What the fuck?
I mean, I don't need that.
Apple is partnering with let me read this. Apple is partnering with neurotech startup Synchron to they use a lot of big words, Raj. Integrate its implantable brain computer interface. Great. The Stentrode into Apple devices. The Stentrode implanted via the jugular vein. What the fuck is placed?
Yeah, man,
in
the fucking jugular. He could
place
cut
it.
his
That
fucking
should
jugular.
put it in the jugular. Placed in the brain blood vessel. Uses 16 electrolytes to detect motor-related neural signals without requiring open brain surgery. These signals let users with severe motor impairment. All right, so what they're
So
saying,
it's helping people with Lou Gehrig's and like
that's what it
Parkinson's
is.
and shit like
That's
that.
Yeah.
what it is. Okay, that's what they're trying to do.
And who has that technology? Who's been trying to do it?
Hold on, but unlike
Elon Musk.
Neuralink, unlike Neuralink, which uses a more invasive method with over 1,000 electrodes implanted directly into the brain tissue for higher resolution control, Synchron's approach prioritizes minimal invasive procedures for simpler use. So it's similar.
Well, you're right. You're right, Florida Mike. What's going to happen? Are they the most vulnerable? And now are they mind controlled? These people.
That's what you go after first. You always go after the.
See if it works. Let's see how much this actually works.
Wow.
Same with Elon Musk and Neuralink. You go after the vulnerable. You go after the weak. The people who need help. You show that it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you show that it works and that you're caring and you're helping others, then more people jump in it.
All the old people, all the kids. Oh, everybody's got to get a vaccine. All the old people, don't go outside. If you're over 50, don't go outside. You're more likely to get COVID if you're over 60 or whatever it was. They go for the old and vulnerable. They're scared. People got scared, so they all went and got this jab.
You remember when Tim Waltz sent the National Guard down the streets of neighborhoods with pepper gun, and we're shooting people to go back inside?
That was America, bro. That was real.
How
life,
about
bro.
telling on your neighbors if they had family come over? There was a hotline. There was a fucking hotline. Call and tell to snitch on your neighbor if they have people coming over to their house. What the fuck? Go fuck yourself. Yo, my mom was like, we were on lockdown and I was going over the border every other weekend.
Here is a rant from Area 51.
I didn't give a shit, bro.
Let them have it.
The country could go fuck themselves with this lockdown shit. Literally, my mom was
It
like,
was bullshit.
No, so it was like
It
literally,
was a test.
I didn't have a weed connect at the time, so I literally, my mom even knew I was going over to Massachusetts to the dispensaries, and they knew I was going, whatever. So I was like, she's like, aren't you afraid of coming back over the border? Like
Oh,
when
like
the
you're going to
borders,
Mexico
when
and
the
back?
borders closed and you're not supposed to be traveling over state lines. I'm like, Ma. I'm like, nobody's staying at state lines watching us really traveling and coming in and out.
Yeah, especially like when people were working. If you were,
no,
you could have said you were an essential.
No, we had the. I remember I had to do that, dude. I had to do the pickups. I would never forget. It was you had to put them in, and they came out to you with your mask on, and you had to have your mask on in the car.
Yeah.
And they came out and they delivered your shit right from the dispensary, right to your window. I'll never forget Mikey. I wish he was on here for the story, real quick. Mikey, he wouldn't put the mask on in his car. We were doing one of the drive-bys. Again, it was when you couldn't go into dispensaries. We're on our way out to the Cape. And I'm like, Mikey would never put a fucking mask on ever.
No.
And like,
good man.
They came up to the my window, like for the delivery, and they're like, we can't give you this until until your passenger puts his mask on. Like, yo, Mikey blew up. He's like, you're not even dealing with me. He was like, what the fuck do you mean I got to put a mask on? He's like, I don't even own a mask.
It had people on edge,
like,
though. Like, how many times did you get into it? And like, I know more than once, multiple situations just like that, where I was in like grocery stores where I didn't wear it. And sir, we're not going to, you have to leave or this and that. I'm good. Like, you're not telling me what to do. I'm a grown man. I don't want to wear a mask. I used to say I have a medical release. I have a all the time. Can
That's
we see
what I
it?
used to say too.
Can we see it? Nope, it's a HIPAA violation. Thank you. And just keep it moving. And they can't do nothing.
No, legitimately.
Can't do nothing. And like I used to tell people, and till this day, it's mind blowing that you still see people driving by themselves in their car with a mask on
all the time.
Like,
by themselves.
All by themselves. It's insane. And like I used to tell people, because I didn't wear a mask, right? And I would go out places. People would say something to me all the time. I was like, dude, you're literally looking at me with a mask on your face that's the material of a t-shirt. Like you could spit through that. And if you can spit through it, a virus can go through it.
Fart through my jeans, then you're gonna fucking
catch
it's gonna get
exactly.
through. If it's contagious, like they say it is, you know what I mean? Then it's gonna go through that. Because I'll never forget the one guy that was he did what's the spray a painting but with a spray, and he wears the M95, and he showed the difference between. So they were saying it was when it was coming out that the difference between the stupid blue fucking surgical mask that everybody was wearing for the good M95. So he showed the comparison. He said what actually gets through in the proper fitting for an M95. Dude, literally. So he like did the spray paint, the paint and everything, whatever. And like fast forward was this video. Dude, he took the one with the M95 proper fit, and it did work. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to wear, is that proper M95 or whatever they were called. With the filter. Yo, this thing, the blue mask, he showed it, and he had fucking blue paint. It was the paint was all over him still. It was still getting through that. Like,
none of that shit works, man.
These people were still wearing
everything they told us to do was wrong.
It was
everything.
I love it when people wear those flat masks.
Yeah, the shields looking like
flat masks with like shields, but there was openings here and here. It's like
Shredder and shit.
They created things like that. You could go hug your family still, but you were still separated, and like these, like they were like shower curtains that fucking ran around you. You assholes.
I remember taking my kid to the doctor's office. It looked like the scene from Outbreak, and I literally said to him, I said, "You guys are traumatizing these kids for their whole lives." The lady goes, "Excuse me," because I had a little incident up there. I don't want to get into, but I'll tell you guys.
You should.
And I said, "You guys are terrifying these kids." I go, "This looks like a scene out of the movie Outbreak." I said, "I'm waiting for Dustin Hoffman to jump out with a monkey or something." and two of the girls, like the girls at the desk, laughed, but the doctors didn't find it too funny. I was like, "This is insane what you guys are doing right now." And we left, but it was, man. It was like for a young kid to walk in there, like you got walls all boarded up, plastic all over the place. Like,
I'm so glad my little one is not going to even Maya remembers, like the 9-year-old, but Millie, I mean,
Yeah, she won't
she's
know
out of it.
that.
She won't know. She won't know better. But I hear kids talking like that are like, you know, graduating college now that like are like in college days, and they're like, oh yeah, that was over COVID times. Like there's high school kids that literally missed like 2 years of their high
I
school
work with one
life.
of them, dude.
That
I work with one of these kids, and he really probably could have used it, man. Just one for
oh yeah, that too.
like one, you know, a lot of that. Think about your junior and senior year of high school. A lot of your social development comes in those years. A lot of shit like, you know, you really build your bonds of friendships and shit like that you're gonna have after high school. I think most of your stories you tell people are from your junior and senior year kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, like in my situation anyway. So like missing those 2 years, not being able to have the sports and all that fucked up a lot of kids, man. And I think we're gonna notice that in the next 10 to 15 years of what happens with these kids.
Yeah, man. What did they say? The cure is worse than the disease, right? Was that that was a lot of people were saying, and they should have like. This is a good question and a good stat that I want to know. How many people actually died at home of COVID? Not
By
at the hospital,
themselves.
by themselves,
Watching
like,
a FaceTime with their family.
No. I'm saying, well, that too, but I'm just saying in general. I think a lot of people, if they just stayed at home and didn't go to the hospital and get on ventilators and get whatever they did to them and trying all this and that to get COVID and this scary disease out, where if we just stayed home, like we know, to fucking and just drink fluids and drink orange juice and
Bro, there's
like,
no way you're telling everybody this, and people are actually going to stay home. Even with martial law, you ain't keeping everybody in the house.
No, I know, but I'm just saying in general, if that's what people just fucking did, I think you would have had a way.
You thought
more
it was 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
No,
everything was 2 weeks. It was all bullshit from the beginning, man.
Bullshit, dude.
It was cool with me though because the golf course was wide open. And
Yeah, it was. Except we had to hit the ball into a fucking noodle, bounce it off the noodle.
You had to hit it off a noodle and you had to take a cart by yourself, but it was all right.
Yeah, that was terrible.
But I think this is a good point to wrap up here, boys.
Sure.
Appreciate everybody tuning into another episode of Chaos. I'd love it if we could get some positive reviews on our Apple and Spotify. So please jump on there, leave us a review. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, on X. We're going to set up a Facebook page. But yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. You guys got anything? I missed anything? Pretty much.
Bro. No, this was a great episode, actually. I think this was a really fun one, and we got into it. I think we need to do a full episode on COVID and come well prepared. I think that would be a real fun one.
Yeah, we could probably find a good guest to really dive into like the whole Wuhan all the way down to the Vishishin, but we can't say certain words on this YouTube page. But no, overall, man, I really think it was dope. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And we'll be back on Monday night with another episode. Hope everybody enjoyed the holiday weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Peace.
Schemes, hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark amplifying dreams.